All right, we are live. Hey folks, it's Chuck Holton and it is 11 p.m. in Ashkelon. I'm standing on top of a 15-story building here on the roof, but I'm overlooking Gaza, and actually, if I get out of the way and turn the light off maybe, you can see where the lights end. Right there is the Gaza Strip. And we've been down all day on the border and have been watching the incredible attack the IDF has been making against it's so late at night I can't remember who are we fighting here, Hamas, and I'm leaving the microphone on the camera mic and not this mic because I want you to be able to hear the explosions that are going on out here. So the fighting is continuing. It's been going on. The fighting has been going on all day long, and it's been heavy fighting. We were less than a mile from the border on an overlook in Sderot, looking down at the battlefield, basically watching the battle take place. We saw tanks blasting away. You saw that explosion back there behind me just now. We'll probably see that or hear it in just a second. We saw tanks, we saw jet planes absolutely strafing. Where am I now? I'm in Ashkelon. We saw rockets, we heard artillery firing and saw them blowing up buildings inside Gaza. We could see Gaza City from where we were, and with the long lens on my camera, I could zoom right in and watch those bombs just demolish buildings. It was amazing. So greetings from Ireland. Thank you, William. So we spent most of the day down there. There's an explosion. And it was pretty sporting, I have to say. The amazing thing was that Hamas kept, every time there was a lull, so there's a battle. I don't know if you can see it, but right next to this skyscraper over here, there's a battle going on. Let me step out of the way for a minute. I'm going to turn the light off. Those are some explosions. You can hear it, but I can feel it. It's kind of like getting punched in the chest. Well, the first few comments I can read, and then after that, they start stacking up on top of each other, and then I can't read them anymore. So I'm sorry about that. I'll try to read your comments. If our guys get online, they can start sending me comments. Now, in case you're worried about me, this rooftop has, it's got like a well in it that's surrounded by concrete. So if the alarm goes off, which says that a missile is coming in or a rocket is coming in from Gaza to Ashkelon, where I am, then I will jump down into this hole here and be surrounded by concrete, so I'll be okay. We just finished dinner about an hour ago, and twice while we were at dinner we had to run for the shelter because Hamas is continuing to fire rockets into this area. It's amazing. They're getting hammered, but every time they get a chance, they pop out and fire off a few rockets. And the damage that's being done to Gaza right now is hard to overstate. It is absolutely being pulverized. And yet the rockets that are coming in here mostly get shot down. So it's a very one-sided battle in terms of damage, but one would hope that it was one-sided, I'd say. So it'll get over quicker. Okay, here comes some fighter jets. Yeah, do I think electronic warfare is responsible for glitching? Yes. The internet here is pretty spotty. Tonight, I've had all kinds of weird things happening with my phone. All kinds of weird things. Yeah, being out here tonight, half the time my phone won't work. I've had to restart it about 6 times. Yeah, it's really weird. But you have to understand there's got to be a ton of electronic jamming happening along the border here and inside Gaza for sure. The United States is flying electronic warfare aircraft above the battlefield, from what I understand, and is jamming communications in there for Hamas and, you know, the bad guys. At least that's what I'm told. Now, I'm just going to keep talking and stay out of the way so you can see what's going on, because the view is a lot more interesting than I am. But there have been some Arab news outlets, specifically, state-sponsored news outlets, who have reported that the IDF is taking very heavy casualties in there. You have to take that with a grain of salt because of the source. I would be surprised if there were no casualties, but they are obviously making huge use of bombs and missiles and rockets and tanks and things like that. And although there is infantry going in, because we heard gunfights in there, the gunfights sounded very one-sided to me. Lots of belt-fed machine guns all going in one direction, that kind of thing. Now, if you can see the flashes of light kind of in the center of the screen, let's see here. Actually, be right on top, right up here. Flashes of light up there. I don't know if you can see those, but those are the smokestacks from the power plant that was built to provide Gaza with electricity, which obviously is no longer providing Gaza with electricity. But I think it must be providing power for Ashkelon. It would be weird if it wasn't. What's surprising to me is how many lights are on here in Ashkelon. There's actually a lot of people home. More than were here just earlier this week when I was out here with Victor Marks. It seems like more shops are open, more restaurants are open here. It's like now that the war is on, people are like, okay, we can go back to normal. And they're coming home, which is great. That's great. There's also a lot of refugees here who fled from areas within, like, closer to Gaza, and, you know, were evacuated. And they're staying in hotels and Airbnbs and stuff here. But some of them are starting to return home now, from what I understand. I think maybe the camera is having trouble focusing because it's so dark, but it actually has given a pretty good picture, at least on my end. I don't know how well that is translating through with bandwidth problems that we're having tonight. But you don't have to wait very long to hear more explosions. I would venture to say, like, it's quiet now for about a minute, and that probably means, oh, I just saw a rocket overhead. I was just gonna say that. It was a fighter jet launching a rocket. That's what it was. I saw a flash up above me. And I thought maybe it was a rocket coming my way, but it's actually a fighter jet letting loose a rocket at Gaza. So we should see a flash here shortly. And you just imagine the amount of ordnance that they are dropping on Gaza. It's amazing that anything is standing out there. Oh, I just saw a small flash out there. I don't know if you could see it. Now keep in mind, if you're anything you see that's lights is still Ashkelon. Gaza is where the lights stop. And it's actually, whoa, it's actually a little more this way. I'm going to turn the camera over that way more. And let's see here. Yeah, that's going to give you a fuller view of the border right there. Thank you for your super chats. We need all the help we can get. Thank you very much. Very kind of you to donate so that we can keep doing this. Our hope is to let you see the news kind of firsthand. That's what we're doing with these lives, is rather than package it up and make it all polished. I think people like this format where you can just be here with me and see what I'm seeing in real time. It's pretty amazing if you think about it. The wonders of modern technology. Now, the fighting is actually going on quite a bit over to the, what would be the right of your screen, I think. Thank you everybody. Thank you for the super chats. Over to that side of the screen, over there, there's more fighting going on. It's about a 5-mile front here across the northern part of Gaza. And there's fighting all along that front today. We were right in the corner over there where it turns south in Sderot. If you want to look up on a map and find the city of Sderot, it's S-D-E-R-O-T, S-D-E-R-O-T, Sderot. And it's the closest Israeli city to Gaza. And so from there, you can actually see into Gaza really well. There's a little high point there. Hey, thank you very much for the super chat. Very kind of you. All right. Thanks a lot. If you guys want to contribute to CBN, the best way to do it is go to CBN's website, cbn.com, and donate there. That way there's no fees or anything taken out. And it's tax deductible. You can follow my reporting on my YouTube channel, The Hot Zone with Chuck Holton. That's The Hot Zone with Chuck Holton. We've gotten a lot of new followers in the last few days. I've been doing some lives over there as well. Somebody mentioned that I haven't updated my podcast on the actual, like on, if you go to Apple Podcasts or something like that. You're right, I'm a little behind because I'm a one-man band and I'm doing all that myself. And it's just a little too much for me to keep up with right now. Here comes another jet. Oh. Sorry, I keep kicking the tripod here. Wow, thank you for all the super chats, everybody. That's really great. You're watching a live view of the northern Gaza border from the city of Ashkelon, which is about 5 miles north of the border. When Hamas shoots rockets at us, which has happened a lot today, it takes about 15 seconds or less for those rockets to arrive here in Ashkelon. But between Ashkelon and the border, there are some Iron Dome installations that pretty handily take those things down. Nevertheless, we do run for cover when the alarm goes off, because you can't do this job for 20 years and take chances. Besides, my wife would be mad at me if I didn't go to the bomb shelter. But you have to sprint if you're going to the bomb shelter, because you only got like maybe 10 seconds once you hear the siren go off. And they have had some get through and take out parts of apartment buildings or houses or shops. We drove by the grocery store coming into town tonight, and it had been hit with a missile. And, well, I say a missile, it was a rocket, homemade rocket. And it blew out all the windows in the front of the grocery store, but that didn't stop them. They kept on, they opened right back up, cleaned the stuff up, put up some plywood, and kept on rolling. There's just a crater in the parking lot now of the Save-A-Lot down there. The place where we parked to our car to go to the restaurant for dinner down by the waterfront also had a crater in the parking lot. I showed you that. If you go back and look at some of my previous lives, we showed you that during the daytime, though. You've probably seen that if you've been following for a while. If you're just joining us, I'm Chuck Holton. I hear a attack helicopter off in the distance. Turn the light on here for a second. So I'm Chuck Holton, and again, I'm on a rooftop of a 15th floor building in Ashkelon, about 5 miles north of the Gaza Strip. So the Gaza Strip is where the lights end, right about there, back behind me. There's been heavy fighting all day long. We've been watching it happen. We went down very, very close to the border on a high point, and we're looking down on the battlefield and watching the battle take place. It was spectacular. You'll see some footage from that on CBN News in the coming days. But suffice it to say that as hard as they're hitting them, Hamas is not down and out, because they keep shooting rockets back this way. And if a rocket comes in, I'm going to have to jump down into it. There's a little concrete well right here. I'm going to have to jump down there and get off this rooftop in short order. But you'll hear the siren. I'll leave the camera running if that does happen. Thank you for the super chat. You can donate to CBN News by going to cbn.com. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. Okay, English. Sorry. I'm an American journalist. Okay. No problem. Right here. Get down now. Okay, no problem. No problem. All right, folks, that's it for tonight. Gotta go. Police tell me to leave, so I gotta go. We'll see you. Take care.